Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Dale.
And I'm Adriana.
And this week we had the chance to catch up with one of our salesmen, Chris Brown, just to give him an interview and give you guys a better idea of who Chris Brown is. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Chris Brown, and I'm a salesman at Preferred Airparts, and I've been doing this for 25 years ago this March. It wasn't really the aviation field I started into. It was more of I was working at a place I was not happy with. A friend of mine told me about this place and just the atmosphere it was as far as a Christian company, and so I came out really impressed with the place. Actually, it was a year later before I ever got in there. It just didn't work out at the time. I just kept thinking about Preferred Airparts. It was just something about the place. And so a year later, I ended up calling them up and couldn't get a hold of the person I needed to talk to on Friday. And that weekend, I'm looking in the paper, and the job that I had originally applied for was actually in the paper. So that Monday, I was able to come in and started, or well, got offered the job that night. So I would say one of the biggest challenges was especially starting out and not having that experience ahead of time, just learning the parts of the planes, learning where parts go, and just the general knowledge of parts and that kind of stuff. Okay. I would say one of the most satisfying things working here is just the people I work with, people I work for. It's just like one big family. I feel like we all, it isn't everyone for themselves, but everybody working together for the goal of the company. And then also it's very satisfying working with the missionaries and feeling like I'm actually doing God's work through my job, so that's very satisfying. I've met different ones that, I keep in contact. They call and ask specifically for me, and, I can tell you a story of one guy that was out. My wife is a big baseball fan, and he lives out in Arizona, and he told me, he says, the Indians' spring training is actually in my town, and he says, if you ever want to come out and visit. And we actually ended up going out with some friends out there, but we went and had supper with them and stuff, and went to a couple ball games with them. And it was just a customer. He was actually involved in one of the mission organizations, and so it was just a neat opportunity, Okay. I would say one of the most challenging things I face is when I'm working with missionaries overseas, and maybe they have some odd parts that are hard to find, and just working to find those parts, can definitely be a challenge at times. I would say in the 25 years I've been here, the most gratifying thing for me is just, again, back to the missionaries, working with them. That's just where my heart is. My wife and I have done mission trips with high school kids and stuff, and so that to be able to do it not only through my church but also through work, that's a big thing. I just feel that that's been important to me. I would say my passions is music is my big one. I love music. I love listening to music. I love going to concerts. I love playing music. I'm one that has a huge collection of vinyl in my basement. I've got, and I like every type of music. I've got everything from country, old country, Merle Haggard, up to Megadeth, in my vinyl collection, and that's just, who I am. One of my favorite bands, Pink Floyd. I've actually seen them in concerts. I've seen, tons of concerts through the years. I can't even name all the ones I've seen. I also play bass guitar. I play in the worship band at church, and I just, that means a lot to me. I really enjoy doing that. and just, you know, anything music related, you know. I would say another one of my passions is my grandkids. I've got 6 grandkids, and you know, they're the world to me. So, well, I would say my dream job definitely would be in music of some type. Probably either playing in a band, maybe promoting bands, or else having a record store. I mean, that's just what I always thought would be cool to have. And as far as how my life has changed with being here, I just feel like, you know, I was in a dark place when I worked at my last job. You know, it was a really bad job. They treat us really bad. And just to have the atmosphere that we have here, and just seeing how, you know, Preferred Airparts has been through a lot in the years that I've been here. But at the same time, I can see how God has worked through all this and brought us all together to sort of lean on each other and just help each other and grow through it all. I wish every customer that we deal with just realized how big of a amount of parts, different parts we have. You know, it isn't just this or that. We have everything from nuts and bolts all the way up to control surfaces, engine parts, you know, just a little bit of everything. Pretty much anything that you can put on a plane, it's worth checking with us on. I'm Chris Brown, and thanks for being a Preferred Airparts customer.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed getting to know Chris a little bit better. Don't forget, if you have any ideas for videos or any comments, please post them below.
And just a reminder, if you're not already, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
Have a good weekend. Be safe.
Take care.